I built the next UberEats, a full customer app with native fill, real animations, and it's fully functional. Watch this. Add to cart and that fly animation is fully custom. Then it's one-tap checkout with a real payment flow, so your order gets placed. Meanwhile, the driver sign in and accept the order. Back on the app, the order updates, and you can tap it to see your order live on the map. And behind all of it is the command center, where every order and every driver show up live on the map. This isn't a demo, it's a production-ready Firebase powered, and you can deploy it in a weekend. All right, that was the quick tour. Now let's slow down and actually walk through it step by step. Open the app and choose your location. It lists all the restaurants around you. Let's switch map view. Now you can see every restaurant live on the map. Tap a restaurant and the cart slides up, rating, delivery time, everything you need. Let's open it. See how each item loads in one after another. Small details, but it makes the app feel polished. Now watch this. I tap add and the item flies into the basket. This animation is fully custom. I built it myself. Everything is clear here. Delivery fee, tips, total, nothing hidden. Let's place a real order. Here is the delivery address on the map. And this is a real Stripe payment, not fake data. If you want to test it, use this cart number and order placed. Now let's follow what happens next. Order placed and we are ready for the admin dashboard. Let's open the admin panel and here is the order. It showed up at the moment it was placed. The kitchen finished preparing it, so I mark it as ready for delivery. Now let's check the driver app. Deliveries, earning, rating, all at the top. And there is the order we just marked today. It's already here waiting. The driver taps accept. As soon as they accept, the customer's app already knows. Everything updates instantly. Let's go back to the customer app. The order cart already updated by itself. Green means it's out for delivery. Tap it and you see the live tracking. Real roads, real route. This motorcycle icon is really moving live as the drivers update their location. Nothing here is fake. Now let's look at my favorite part. It's zoom out on the admin map. Each line here is a live order moving across the city. When the order is done, the line fades away. These glowing circles around restaurants, that's live activity happening right now. Up here, you see total orders, orders per minute, active restaurants. These small messages slides in. Those are new orders appearing live. It's not just a map. You also get a full stack back office, restaurants, drivers, orders all in place. So let's recap what just happened. A customer placed an order, the restaurant marked it ready, a driver picked it up right away, and we could track everything live from the customer phone to the admin panel. This isn't a demo. It's a production-ready built with Firebase, Stripe, Google Map, and React Native, so you can deploy your own version this weekend. Great, it's time to deploy the service. Let's go to github.com/basir/ubereats-clone. And here you can find the source code of this project. Head to how to deploy section and we're gonna follow these steps. First of all is forking the project. Just scroll up, click on fork. You can set it to whatever you like and create fork. Let's scroll down to find the how to deploy section and let us start with the backend part. We need to create Firebase project. Just go to Firebase console, head to console.firebase.google.com and create an account. And here we have create a new project button. Click on it, enter a project name, set it to whatever you like, continue. No need to Google Analytics and create project. Let's check the next step. It's enabling services authentication, Firestore, and storage if you plan to upload images. It's finishing up. Continue. In security, select authentication, get started, email and password, enable it, and save it. Next one is database. From database and storage menu, select Firestore, create database, standard edition, next, select defaults, next, start in production mode, create. Back to plan, install Firebase CLI. Okay, we need to open a code editor. I use VS Code. I already installed it. Open VS Code and let's clone the project. Clone Git repository, clone from GitHub, allow, continue, authorize, back to VS Code and select your forked project. We need to select a repository destination. Simply select desktop and it's cloning your repo. Open it and there we are. We have the source code of project in our computer. Open a new terminal and install Firebase tools. Back to plan, we need to log in to Firebase. Copy and run Firebase login. Great, I already logged in. Next step is getting Stripe secret key. Go to dashboard.stripe.com, create an account, and switch to test mode. Then from developers, API keys, copy secret key, go to backend, and press Command N and paste it here. We need it later. Next step, deploy, navigate to backend folder and run following commands. Copy this and paste it here. What it does is to install packages in backend and in function folders. Then go to .firebase rc, delete the default projects, go here, go to setting general and copy the project ID, paste it here and run npm run deploy in backend folder. We get this error, the project should be in Blaze plan. Simply go Firebase, press upgrade here, select Blaze, create a cloud billing account and select it. Set budget to $1 and continue and press this button. Awesome. So the plan is Blaze. Go back and run the command again. Great. You'll be asked to enter Stripe secret key. Copy that and paste it here. Press enter. It takes a while to deploy your Firebase project, including functions and Firestore. How many days do you want to keep? Press default one. Awesome. The deploy was successful. If you get an error like this, you just need to run it again and then you will get successful message. Next step is creating service account. Go to Firebase console and navigate to project settings service account. Setting, service account, generate new private key, generate key, save it in a folder and copy, go to backend and here reveal in Finder and paste it in backend folder. Then press on it, copy, go to .env and replace it with this one. We're not gonna share this on the Git repository. Next step, duplicate .env and rename it to only .env and replace this one with the exact name of the file. That's it. Save it and close all opening files. Next step is seeding sample data. Copy this and run npm run seed. What it does is to delete all existing Firebase user. If you open seed.js, you will see all the code to create sample data for restaurants, menu items, categories, cards, orders, wish list, reviews, and banners. Awesome. We can go to Firebase, database, Firestore, and there we are. We have all data live on the Firebase. The backend part is done. Let's go for the admin panel. Let's deploy the admin panel. First of all, we need to create web app. Go to console.firebase.google.com, click on project overview, add app, web app, register. Here we need this data. Let's back to plan and duplicate .env.example as .env.local. Inside admin, duplicate and rename it to this. It's time to enter data. Go to Firebase, copy API keys, paste it here. Don't use mine because I'm going to delete it after the class. Auth domain, find auth domain, paste, project ID, storage bucket, messaging ID, app ID here. Also, we need to have Google Map API key. I'm going to copy the API key for Firebase for this one too. Then go to project overview, select the app, setting, view in Google Cloud, go. Select APIs and services. Then here find Maps JavaScript API, select it, enable it. Then go to keys and credentials and select credential in API in services. Then select the browser key, select API restriction, search for map JavaScript API, select it and OK. And make sure that the key is the one that you have in .env.file. Just show key. Make sure this is the one that you have here. Yes, they are the same. So the Google Map API key is the one that we have here. Save it. You can have restriction based on your website, so no one can use it. And don't use mine because I'm going to delete it after this demo. Let's go for next step. It's get Stripe publishable key from Stripe dashboard. After enabling Map API on this key, we don't need Direction API in admin panel. We will enable it later for Android app. Open Versal and create Versal account. Here I'm Versal, add new project. In this form, import the project, set application preset to Next.js, edit the root directory to admin folder, continue, environment variables, copy these keys, paste it here, and deploy. It's creating an optimized production build. We have admin panel running and click on it. And there we are. We have project running here. Let's run the Android app and create an order and then back to admin panel to see how it looks there. Next step is mobile app. Duplicate .env.example and rename it to .env.local in mobile folder. Go to mobile folder, find it, duplicate, local, and we need to update this information. Go to Firebase, project overview, add app, Android. For package name, let's go to app.config. I'm using this one. You can use your own package name. Uber UberEats clone. Set package name. I just set it to com.ai with password .UberEats clone. Set nickname to UberEats clone and register it. Download Google services.json and open it like this. Copy current key, go to .env.local and paste it for Android key. Do the same for app ID, copy app ID, storage bucket, replace it, project ID, save it, and we need to enter Stripe publishable key. Go to Stripe dashboard, copy publishable key, paste it right here. Back to plan, we need to enable map and direction API for this key. Close this window, click on apps. For Android app, click on setting, view in Google Cloud, go. Select API and services, find map SDK for Android, enable it, then find directions API and enable that one too. Next step, go to keys and credentials, then click on credential in API and services, click on Android key, select API restriction, map SDK for Android, okay. Next one, direction API, okay, and save it. Back to plan. For this section, you need to have an Android device and enable USB debugging on it, then install Android Studio. Next step is in app.config.js. Set bundle identifier to your bundle identifier, your package name, here, here, and also for Google Map, set API key to process.env.Google Map API key. Copy this and open .env.local, duplicate this key and rename it to Google Maps API key. Go to mobile folder and run npm install. After that, run npx expo run :android. I already created an emulator on Android Studio, so it's running the project on this emulator. It takes a while to install all packages to run your Android application. And there we are, we have the project running. Let's switch to map view, click on this button. Awesome, here we have Google Map and all restaurant. Select a restaurant and click on it. Awesome, it works. If you get restaurant not found here, just click on the error icon and select the link to create the index on Firestore to be able to see list of restaurant. Let's add product menu items to the cart, view basket, sign in to checkout. Here is demo user, sign in, place order, pay order, track order, and there we are. We have the live order here. Go back to UberEats.versal.app and log in with email and password in users.json inside Backend DB. Sign in. There we are. Here is the magic. You have live admin dashboard. You can see the last order. It's pending. Change status to ready for pickup. Then you can open a new incognito window. Open the same address. This time log in with the driver account and driver password. Paste it here, sign in, and accept the order. Here is the order for you. Let's check the mobile app, the customer app again. View on map. Okay, that's it about this awesome course on cloning Uber Eats. Until next cloning tutorial, bye-bye.